I'm taking my vitamins. That's tip number 1.
Mountains to climb, but the enemy can't stop me, cause there's a calling on my life. So when I'm crying, don't last too long, cause he gon' step in and make it alright.
Hello, my name is Crystal Deni. If you haven't seen my face before, my channel talks a lot about getting VSG surgery and also my journey to losing 100 pounds. So far, I've lost 70 pounds and I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on July the 7th of 2020. And also subscribe to the channel. We're at 400 subscribers, and that might not be a big number to you, but for me, that is awesome that 400 people think that what I have to say is, you know, helpful. Let's get into the video. Also, give me a big thumbs up if you like this video. Seriously, it helps YouTube know that this content is needed in the community. So, yeah. Okay, so the first tip that I want to mention is something that I've stressed a little bit in my other videos and that I've gotten comments on. So, read my lips. The liquid diet before surgery, so pre-op, sucks. It's hard. It is so hard, and nobody talks about that. Why does nobody talk about how hard the liquid diet is pre-op? So before you've had surgery, obviously your stomach is the same stomach that you've been, you know, overeating with and having fun with for however many years, right? So when I went on that liquid diet, the first day, it was all right. Second day, it was okay. By the third day, I was so hungry and so fatigued and so hangry. I didn't know what to do with myself, and I was still going to work. It was just really hard. So I just want to stress that you guys need to be in a good mindset before not just getting VSG, but that liquid stage right before surgery. That is so important. Yeah, you need to be in a good mind state because it is not easy to be hangry for a week. I think what got me through that stage a lot was popsicles. And honestly, I don't really like popsicle brand. I feel like it's just, I don't like it. But Rocket Pops or Bomb Pops, you know, the little red, white, and blue popsicles, I just feel like the consistency of those popsicles really got me through the liquid stage before and after surgery. Like, because it was like a slushy mush type of popsicle, like, I loved it. It was good on my tummy. I just really, really like that. So if you can find the sugar-free Bomb Pops, get them. Another thing I feel like people don't stress before getting VSG is to stop obsessing over excess skin, right? So I was totally obsessed with how much excess sorry, words don't work sometimes. I was totally obsessed with wondering how much excess skin I was gonna have. Like, I was so worried about it, how I was gonna look, blah, blah, blah. Don't stress that. Right? Like, going from being over 250 pounds to being 180 pounds and having a little bit of excess skin, I would rather carry this skin around and, you know, cover it up and, you know, wear my high-waisted gym pants than be carrying around an extra 70 pounds and my skin being stretched to right here. You see what I'm saying? Definitely don't stress excess skin. But do I have it? Yes. For example, I'm wearing a crop top. I've been wearing them a lot. I know I'm still, you know, on the bigger side, but I've really been embracing, just enjoying being, you know, the size that I am now. So I wear crop tops a lot. There's a whole roll of skin right here. Like, seriously. And I don't let it bother me at all. I did a couple things, you know, I moisturize regularly. I exfoliate. You know, I'm doing all the things that I can because nobody really wants excess skin, right? But is it completely avoidable? Can you stop from getting it if you've been overweight for years? No. So just come to terms with the fact that, hey, I might have this skin, but I'm not gonna have this extra fat. The next thing that I want to talk about before getting VSG is something I did and I regret it. Do not stockpile. Listen to me. Do not stockpile liquids, jellos, puddings. Don't stockpile things because number one, your taste buds are going to change, and I'm going to get into that tip next. but your taste buds are going to change, and also you're going to end up with a lot of stuff that you're not going to use. I bought a whole bunch of chicken broth because I thought, I'm going to want something hot to eat. Absolutely could not stomach chicken broth after getting VSG. I hated it. It was horrible. I did not eat any type of bone broth, beef broth, chicken broth. I can't tolerate it. Like, I can't even get my words out because I hate chicken broth. So I had to give like 4 cartons of chicken broth to my mom, and she still has them. I had to throw away like 3 packs of Jello. Like, it was like green Jello. And here's the thing, by the time you can eat mush or meat, you're not gonna want the Jello anymore. It's gonna go in the trash, or it's gonna sit in your fridge until someone eats it. Your husband, your kids, I don't know. But you're not gonna want it, and you're not gonna eat it. So don't buy too much. Don't stockpile, because you might not even want that after you get surgery. Like I said, the next tip is that your taste buds are going to change, and it may rock your world. It rocked my world. I was not expecting my taste buds to change as much as they did, but it happened to me. And nobody told me that part before I got VSG, like nobody. And I have a lot of colleagues and people that I know that got VSG before me, which is why I felt so armed with knowledge before I got it. But nobody told me that my taste buds were gonna change. Like, nobody brought it up, so I'm bringing it up. So for instance, I loved Premier protein shakes, and I still do now. I can drink them again now, right? But on the pre-op diet, I was drinking Premier protein shakes. I thought I was really doing something, right? And I really liked the caramel Premier protein shake. After getting VSG, I was probably like 2 weeks post-op. It was like the protein was too sweet for me. It was like the protein shake was just too sweet. I couldn't tolerate it. I would be like, oh, this is too sweet. Or if I drank like any drink that was like sugar-free but had a little flavor to it, I was honestly like, I don't want this. And I just drank water for the longest after getting VSG. I'm just getting to the point, maybe, well, when I was about 2 months post-op, I was like, okay, I can drink, you know, the sweeter Premier proteins versus like the coffee Premier protein or whatever. So just know that your taste buds are going to change. And most of the time they're going to change as far as wanting sweet things. Like, things are just going to be too sweet out of nowhere, because your body's really getting a detox from all of the junk and things that you've been putting in it. So the next thing I want to talk about is, basically, it's gonna be really, really hard to drink and eat after surgery. My surgery team and the staff there were wonderful. This is a tip that they definitely told me, but I just want to add the tip in for anyone who's not aware. So yeah, drinking after VSG, when I first woke up in the hospital, I was still in the same mindset that I was, obviously, you know, before surgery, you go to sleep, you wake up, right? So I woke up and it was like taking the first sip of water. It didn't hurt, but I was just like, I can't do it. I don't understand. I was so confused. I felt like I was going crazy. But yeah, so it's very difficult to get those liquids in. And you need them. You really, really need them. So I would suggest getting in the mindset and coming to terms with having a bottle of water and sipping all day long, at least until you can start drinking more water at a time. It will not be like it was where, you know, you got 4 bottles of water a day, you drunk them throughout the day, and boom, you hit your 64 ounces of water. It will not be like that. If you don't sip all day long after getting VSG, you will not get your water in. You're going to feel dehydrated. You're not going to feel good, and you're not going to be at your best. So it's difficult to drink, but you have to drink. So make sure that you're doing it throughout the day. You will not be able to catch up late at night trying to get all of your fluids in. You will not be able to catch up. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, I know a lot of people make it sound all fun and cute, like, oh, I'm gonna save some cash for when I hit my goal weight and I'm gonna buy a new wardrobe. You literally need to save money for clothes. And I'm not just talking about your goal weight wardrobe of things that you're gonna wanna buy. You need money for clothes for the in-between. And if you got it like that, and once you hit that stage, you can just buy a whole bunch of clothes, good for you. But when I got to the point where my clothes weren't fitting, not just the ones that I didn't care about, but my cute clothes weren't fitting. The clothes I wore every day, they weren't fitting, and I looked sloppy and unput together because my pants are hanging and my shirt's like this big. It was tough. So I'm not saying to buy the most expensive outfits ever, but just be prepared to buy clothes that you might have for maybe a month, 2 months, and it might get thrown away. Walmart has been my best friend, so I've been buying like those $5 leggings from Walmart, and I'll get them maybe like a smaller size than what I think I am, so that they can stretch, and then once I lose a little bit more, I can still wear them for, you know, like a little bit longer. I think I've run through maybe like 4 pair of pants, and I've been buying a lot of crop tops because they still look good even when I lose the weight. They kind of just, they might get a little bit longer, but that's been my go-to. And just be prepared to not have clothes for a long time. So this next point, if you've made it to this point of the video, hi, I am so glad you're here, because this is TMI, but I'm gonna get close because I need you to be as uncomfortable as possible. I need you to remember, right? You're gonna get constipated, and it's not going to magically go away. You're gonna be constipated, and you're not just, don't just sit there and be like, oh, if I eat some more, it'll pass, or if my body regulates, I'll be better. No, you're gonna be sitting there constipated and sick. Be prepared to get something like I took Miralax. I was actually constipated for like a week going into 2 weeks, and I hadn't let my surgery team know. And I called them up and I was like, look, it's getting bad. I feel discomfort because I'm obviously constipated. She was like, I wish you would have called sooner. And she told me to buy some Miralax, and I was like, so should I just take a little bit and see what happens the next day? Or she was like, no, keep taking the Miralax until you have a bowel movement. I was like, okay. So it's not like before, if you overtake a laxative and then it's just crazy. Like, keep taking laxatives until you use the restroom if you're feeling constipated, and 9 times out of 10 you will be constipated. It's not just you suffering in silence. A lot of us after VSG get constipated, and it sucks and it's not fun. Okay, you guys, so these are the last 2 tips, and I feel like they go hand in hand. So VSG is going to change your body, right? It's going to change the size of your tummy, but it's not going to change your mindset. Just because you can only eat a handful of food doesn't mean you're going to automatically choose good things versus maybe a small french fry. You have to want to change your eating habits and just habits overall that can help you improve your health. You have to get that underway. Do I think that VSG helps a lot? Absolutely, and that was my next tip. VSG helps so much. It's a tremendous tool, and I feel like there are some YouTubers that have gotten VSG that are afraid to say that because they don't want someone to take it and run with it. VSG is not going to solve all of your issues, especially ones that you have here when it comes to overeating, binge eating, eating the wrong things. Like, VSG won't help that. In fact, if you get VSG and you go back to eating a lot of junk and different things, you're probably going to lose a lot of weight, but then you're going to gain it right back. And that's not what the purpose of getting this done is. I knew that I wanted to lose weight, and I knew that I wanted to live better. I did not mind changing the things that I ate, but I knew as an overeater that I needed that help. I needed that push so that I wouldn't mess up so much. And that's just the transparent reason why I wanted it. There's no sugarcoating it. I wanted to stop overeating. I got VSG, and it's been a tremendous help in not overeating and packing on weight. But you definitely have to change your mindset. You have to want to be better and do better. So I've been eating better things, and I've been working out when I can. Do you have to work out? No. Do I enjoy working out? Absolutely, especially since I don't weigh as much. I can jog, I can do things that I couldn't do before, and it's honestly been great. Before, I used to think every date had to be centered around food. Now I like to go out and do things. Again, if you like this video, definitely subscribe. I really appreciate it. And again, thank you to all of the subscribers that I have at this point. We're 400 and I couldn't be more excited to make more videos for you guys. So I'll see y'all in the next video.